Hey, my name's Daryl.
And my name's Kaitlyn. Today we're going to talk about why loyalty matters.
That's right. And this broadcast is being brought to you by the Pinnacle Corporation. And I work for the Pinnacle Corporation as a technology sales executive. And we are partnered with Caitlyn's group. And they just happen to also successfully use our loyalty program. Caitlin, you want to talk about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've been in the game with Pinnacle for as long as we've had a program. It was the right fit from the start, and we've just been able to really customize the tools that Pinnacle has to build a customized program for our customers. In the convenience space, a hot topic buzzword right now. There's so many different people trying to figure out loyalty from different levels of the company, execs to interns. I mean, everybody's thinking about loyalty. How do we make it fit? How do we make it work? You're getting cold calls every day from every loyalty company calling you saying, "I have a solution. I can give you the loyalty that you want." But how do you get to that point of deciding what you want? There's so many options out there and so many different ways to do loyalty and different customers that you're trying to talk to.
So great. So real conversations about real loyalty programs. Let's just start off with the number one thing when implementing a loyalty program. You have this loyalty program in place to basically move products inside of the store where the real margins are. So let's just get right to the nitty gritty in how your loyalty success is rooted in vendor sponsored promotions. Yeah, me personally, I think that that's one of the core features and functionalities of a loyalty program is using it to basically get that free liquid movement of cash flow for moving products that the vendors want to move and having them do most of the work for you and you basically putting everything else up there. So can you speak to that and how that works inside of your group?
You are tasked with putting together a loyalty program. You've done all of this research, figuring out who you were going to use, how you were going to make it work. You have the perfect plan in place. You go to your VP, marketing director, whoever you're talking.
Right.
So
How
at
much is this going to cost, Caitlin? Right.
so at that point, you're scrambling. Oh my gosh, I have the perfect solution. It's so expensive to get in the game, but the return, you're just thinking about the return, the customers coming back, the loyalty program, and all that it's going to give you. But how do you make it cheaper? How do you make it more effective for you, your business? You keep your bottom line happy, you keep everybody happy.
Right. How do you get the ROI basically, from loyalty program day one?
Our solution to that was vendor funded promotions. It's a no-brainer really. They have marketing budgets like you wouldn't vendor funded promotions. It's a no-brainer really. They have marketing budgets like you wouldn't believe trying to get products into
Oh
stores,
yeah.
get people to move them. You just have to ask the right questions. So our category management team in every conversation they have, they work with the vendors to build promotions that aren't offered down the street. We don't want to offer shopper. Why not utilize it? So the vendors get really excited every time we mention it because you're talking to the people who are buying their products. And at that point, they're kicking funds to us like crazy. Just require a loyalty card, require a loyalty card. Let's make these customers want to buy our products because these customers are the ones who are coming back to your store every day because they're loyal to your brand.
Yes, that is totally right. So Pinnacle, how did Pinnacle make this easier for your team? How is Pinnacle involved with this process? Tell us what the software does to make it easier.
So from the beginning, Pinnacle has been with us every step along the way. As soon as you roll out, you're not going to have a perfect solution. Your program is going to adapt, it's going to change, it's going to evolve with your customers. If you roll out a perfect program on day one, you are far too intelligent to be doing loyalty programs. I don't understand it. You have an insane brain. So Pinnacle has been with us every change, every question we've had, we've been able to go to them and say, hey, this is an obstacle we're running into. How do we fix it? In this relationship, I mean, we've been 10, 15 years in loyalty, and there's still not a problem we haven't been able to resolve with Pinnacle.
Awesome. So
10, 15 years in loyalty, and there's still not a problem we haven't been able to resolve with Pinnacle.
awesome. So solution wise, how are you using the Pinnacle software to how are you communicating with the Pinnacle loyalty tools for this vendor sponsored process?
customer ID. And with that loyalty customer ID, we're able to, when they shop, how they shop, what they buy. So for the vendor promotions, we're able to say, okay, well, this section in our store, I'll use cigarettes for example. Just last month, 64% of all cigarettes bought in our store were bought. Just last month, 64% of all cigarettes bought in our store were bought with a loyalty card. So that's a huge
Yeah.
appeal to the, tobacco guys out
Altria.
there. They're knocking on our door saying, I want to talk to that customer. I want to kick funds to that. So when they're rolling out their
Right.
loyalty clubs, to participate in Altria special discounts at this point, everybody knows that you have to have a loyalty program. And it looks different in different environments, but Altria saw the value of that. In our chain, we were able to pretty much already have loyalty tobacco discounts built in. They were self-funded. We did it for a long time. Consumers. And now that Altria is adding funds to that, we're an even bigger destination because we're able to stack our self-funded discount with the vendor supplied discount. And at that point, our customers are just, yeah, that's where I go to buy my cigarettes. There's nowhere else. Why would I go somewhere else?
That's awesome. So with that, that's a program that's with tobacco. So how do you guys use your, I guess, all of that data to segment, and what are you doing with the customer data? So again, what are you guys doing with that customers related to tobacco products, right? What are you guys doing to advance customer engagement with the data that you guys obtain?
Okay, so the three questions that usually happen in this order: we need a loyalty program. How much is it going to cost? And what are you going to do with the customer data? Segmentation gets thrown around like crazy. How do you use data? With the Pinnacle software, we have so much information on our customers. At any point, I can tell you from a loyalty ID when they shop in our stores, how often they're in our stores, what they're buying, if their trends vary. They buy their coffee in the afternoon, this is a weird person, and then in the mornings, they're in the afternoon, this is a weird person, and then in the mornings, they're buying water. So,
Right.
it's so, I guess you can dig as micro level as you want to target these programs for specific people. But what we've found successful is creating kind of behavior buckets. So these are my coffee store later in the day.
Yeah.
How do I keep them coming back for their coffee in the mornings? What can I do? Okay, so they're buying their coffee every morning. Maybe every second week I send them a coupon for a breakfast pastry. So I'm trying to move them in other locations in the store. I don't want them just walking to the coffee, walking to the register in other locations in the store. I don't want them just walking to the coffee, walking to the register and leaving. Everybody in the industry knows the closer you get to the center of the store, the more money you're making. So I want
Oh
them
yeah.
walking to the back of the store to pick up a pastry, to look at this, to walk past all of these. They have shelf appeal. They want you to walk past it and pick it up on a whim. That's the nature of the business. So when I have my coffee customer, I know they're walking straight to that coffee pot and to the register every morning. I'm going to throw them a coupon for something in the middle of the store, a candy bar, a breakfast pastry, something that gets them walking into another location, because at that point, impulse buys me.
So the customers coming in for that coffee club buy or that soft drink club buy, you recognize the patterns, you're seeing the behaviors, or like you were saying, what did you say? The behavior buckets.
Yeah, that's not an official term, but I like it.
Hey, I like it too. It's a good visualization. A behavior buckets.
Yeah, that's not an official term, but I like it.
Hey, I like it too. It's a good visualization. A behavior bucket. So a group that has a certain behavior, instead of segmenting down to on a different level, you have these behavior buckets, which I think is great. Which you were talking about basically influencing behavior. So at what point do you use to recognize or highlight that or alert you of that?
Well, I mean, Daryl, I'd really argue that every behavior can be altered. I don't think that
Okay.
there's, one customer in our store who we couldn't influence with a discount or with, you know, hey, this seems like a good idea. Store who we couldn't influence with a discount or with, hey, this seems like a good idea. Sometimes people just need a push. And with the messaging that's out there, customers are bombarded with messages. So it's really important to be tactical in how you communicate. But with Pinnacle, we have access to all of this information. I mean, it's I mean, it's really overwhelming when we start looking into it. I can spend hours on EPM every day just digging into loyalty and looking at purchases and patterns and transactions. I mean, it's really fascinating when you look at it because you think of yourself as a consumer and what you buy. You think of your shopping trends. You're going into the store and you may think I've been lost in Target and leave with way more things than I need because of the
They're
way they market.
genius. Yeah, 5% cash back. Sign them for their card,
And
right?
it's everywhere in their store. So, I mean, you're walking around, you're almost in a comfort zone, and they're talking to you about, you're walking around, you're almost in a comfort zone, and they're talking to you about their loyalty program around their products. And so you're enticed by it. You see a product that you normally buy, and it's, well, if you buy this product today and you're in our loyalty program, we'll give you a $5 gift card. Okay.
All the target consumers,
Have all of
granted
them.
that they drive
And
cars.
back to segmentation, that's why it's so hard to segment based off of millennials, soccer moms, the infamous Bubba. I mean, he shops in everybody's store. So it's one of those things that in our industry, we can't segment based off of who you are. One of those things that in our industry, we can't segment based off of who you are. We have to segment based off of what you buy.
Behavior.
Absolutely. It's segmenting off of
Behavior bucket. Behavior bucket. I get it. So Sandra White, Sandra White, Sandra White, the soccer mom. Okay, she downloads the app for the first time, and she's you have a new registry. She's new to the neighborhood. She downloads the app. She's a soccer mom. She's got kids, and how do you advertise and how do you advertise, grab her attention, and learn about that customer as quickly as possible? Or is it a thing of, well, we don't want to really jump into this. We want to see what her behaviors are first, but before we create a reaction. How do you get the ball rolling? Basically, is what I'm trying to say on a new loyalty subscriber.
So you have your initial loyalty offers, beverage clubs aplenty, everyday discounts for loyalty consumers. Those get people through the door. But
Yeah.
targeted messaging towards
But,
their shopping behavior is what's going to keep them in your store. So
okay.
I don't want to think of Sandra White as the soccer mom. I feel like that's unfair
Okay.
to her. For me, millennial female, this afternoon I had planned on going to AutoZone to get some stuff to wash my car this weekend. I am not their target customer by any means to their marketing message today to buy this stuff to wash my car. Maybe in a month, on a Friday afternoon, I would get an alert on my phone or an email or some sort of communication saying, hey, we have a sale on car wash materials this weekend. I would go back because apparently I've established a behavior in their world where on stuff to wash my car on Saturday morning.
Yeah.
So why can
I
how do
get
I
it.
put Sandra in a box saying that she's a soccer mom? She's always going to buy her coffee in the morning after she drops off the kid, and she's going to stop and get snacks on the way home from school. I don't want to think of her as that soccer mom consumer. I want to think of her as Sandra, the granola buyer. So she bought granola 5 times in the past month. Let me reward her and send her a coupon for granola or buy a coffee, get a granola bar, something to move her location in the store.
Okay. So basically, another example of influencing that behavior, those behavior trends that you see.
Absolutely. I mean, with the data we have available, messaging is easy. It's so easy. It's just having the conversations with your vendors, treating your customers the way that you want to be treated as a consumer. I mean, if I join a loyalty program and I get an email every day from them, it's not personalized. I check out, I hit unsubscribe, I'm done.
Right.
But if they're sending me offers of things that they know I like and they know I'm going to participate in, I'm going to continue to be a loyal customer to that business. And even in the programs that I join a loyalty program in and then choose to remove myself from the loyalty program, I'm still going to shop in the store because I know the products I want. I just probably won't give them the customer data that they want because I'm no longer a loyal customer in their definition of this separate base of loyalty customers versus our customer base.
So Coupon Media's 2017 State of the Industry talks about Now, mobile is basically a necessity. 58% of customers visit a store after receiving a mobile offer. 90% of millennials actively look for mobile offers while shopping. 77% of customers spend more when redeeming a mobile offer. I mean, mobile is apparently king. Snapshot: more customers are using mobile offers than ever. And studies continue to reveal that shoppers not only want more mobile offers, but become better customers when they're using them. So that's Coupon Media's approach. How is mobile making, or how is your group making new ways with mobile use and loyalty integrated into them?
So if mobile is king, I would definitely say loyalty's queen. She's making all the decisions. She's telling mobile what to do. I mean, at the end of the day, she's running the household.
Wow.
So our she's running the household.
Wow.
So our loyalty customers, we have so much data on them and we're able to create targeted offers, and the mobile app is really just how we facilitate that.
Interesting.
We're able to push notifications, push content, push coupons, push deals to these customers based off of what they do in a loyalty environment.
Mobile, how do you know when you have a hardcore mobile user? Yeah, so talk to me about that. Well, what does the hardcore mobile user do? Like, what's their go-to feature?
So in our app, we offer mobile payment alongside the mobile coupons. We have the store low coupons. We have the store locator. We have, your standard amenity offerings. You have your basic functions of an app that you're going to have regardless of what company you are. You want them to know how to get to you. You want them to know what you have in the store, and you want them to be able to contact you. So those are your three like base pillars for a mobile app. And then on contact you. So those are your three like base pillars for a mobile app. And then on top of that, we have the mobile couponing and the mobile pay. And at those points is where we really get our invested customers. Through our ACH program, we have the mobile payment available for our customers. And just last year, we were at about 30% of our ACH at are using mobile pay for their ACH, which is incredible because these customers are bought into our
Wow.
brand. They're who we want in our store. Everybody knows loyalty customers spend more with your company. You take your base customer, your loyalty customer might spend $6 more. Your ACH customer might spend $6 more. Your ACH customer or your tier 2 loyalty or whatever you're calling it in your
Yeah,
environment, they're spending even more with you and they're more invested in your brand, so they're going to be there more
that
often.
is awesome. Um, Caitlin, what makes loyalty matter in your chain?
For us, company cultural investment in loyalty as a brand. There's no department that makes a decision without thinking about the loyalty program. So we have, our IT department. Well, how does this affect loyalty? What is it going to do to that system? Marketing. Well, let's attach a loyalty card to it. Let's figure out what we can do there. I mean, let's figure out what we can do there. I mean, believe it or not, even our construction group thinks about loyalty. And you wouldn't necessarily think that those are the guys who are trying to figure out how to create a loyalty program, and they're not, but they're thinking about the consumer experience while they're at the stores. So even our construction guys think about loyalty at the end of the day at stores. So even our construction guys think about loyalty. At the end of the day, every single person in our company is bought into the program. It's top down, down top. I mean, everybody's invested.
Yeah, that definitely sounds like the right approach.
At this point, I really think that, and just, I do want to add this, one last remark on my part. Choosing your loyalty vendor is going to be choosing who you're going to marry. I mean, this person is going to be with you along the entire journey. They're going to be there on your late nights, your early mornings, your crazy phone calls from customers. And for us, the choice late nights, your early mornings, your crazy phone calls from customers. And for us, the choice was obvious because we were starting loyalty out and we needed somebody we could count on. So we found that person in Pinnacle and we're able to continue moving. And Pinnacle is truly a convenience store centric company. They understand the industry. They understand the industry. They understand what we're going through on a day to day. When you look at other companies, I mean, we get the cold calls all the time. It's we've helped Macy's, we've helped, XYZ, Home Depot, whoever. And so those customers are different than ours because convenience is every customer. like I said earlier, product, and that's what Pinnacle has done to us. They're not segmenting us because we have these customers. They're talking to us because we have a loyalty program.
Kaitlyn, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And that is why loyalty matters. And this was Loyalty Matters, the first broadcast. What we're going to be looking to do is hear back from you and get your feedback. Please respond to us on ideas that you have. Some of the topics that I'm interested in discussing and talking and learning about are frictionless payment, frictionless shopping experiences, uh, new loyalty, new loyalty integration programs, and so forth, and different ways to engage your customer. Again, my name is Daryl, and that's Kaitlyn, and we look forward to the next opportunity to make you a loyal listener of why loyalty matters. A loyal listener of why